You dipped into wholeness, which is undivided nature, true nature, undivided nature, the way we're meant more to live. And then you pop back into the separate self sense because that's a stronger conditioned state.
Mhm.
That's so. So just in terms of practice, just keep as much as you can a touchstone of what's free in the midst of this, not as a concept, but just as an experience, the experiential sense of what is a whole and complete right now. Can you still feel it even in the midst of this, uh, the separate self state, sense state? You know, is it? Can you sense it? Because what happened is that it went back into the background. Okay, so you want to coax it back into the foreground by being
Mhm.
aware. That's how the power of your attention. And I don't know if you know who Nisargadatta is, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've read. Is that I'm that is the book?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just this one thing about what he said is a great thing is he said sincerity is key. He discovered
Mhm.
that for himself. So he was very
Mhm.
sincere, and I was sincere, and all the people who are abiding as that permanently. End of story. Were sincere. So you need to be sincere. Some sincere means that you love that that reality. You love reality. And so whatever you still have as a entryway to that reality, you want to grab hold of it, whether it's being aware of it, whether it's the felt sense of presence in your body, however it is, doesn't matter which way. And it can change during the day which aspect you're using to remain in touch to your touchstone, and that will help it come more into the foreground again. Okay. So, but
Okay.
what's happened is that the conditioned state of being in a divided state of which is the common conditioned state of humanity, right? It was strong. It was still has a hold. It's normal, actually. That's how it happens. But it's a trance, okay? It's a trance of believing in the separation, but it's not something you can do with your mind to break that trance. How it changes is by staying in touch with what's true.
Mhm.
All right, and so it can come back, and what it'll come back, but it's going to come back in a stronger way because when it took place, when you were in that kind of sweet spot of being in wholeness and remembering your true nature, that was a gift. They call it a
Yeah.
kisser. It was a gift. But what wants to happen is that reality wants to include this. It wants to move in and occupy all the space of you, so that duality is no longer believed in. So it needs to come and penetrate Maya. It's going to come and just kind of like suffuse through your being sincere and being attentive to it. It's going to come and continue to penetrate Maya,
Mhm.
like bleed through, in a good way, until it takes over the whole thing. And then no longer could you go into self forgetting because it's completely saturated all of your experience, which means that any denial that you have going, and this is something you can look at, is beliefs. Any
Mhm.
denial you have that what you're experiencing, thinking, feeling, sensing, seeing is not made of God has to go.
Mhm.
Everything is that. So first we get that taste of I am that, I am, and then I am that, and then that is that. So
Mhm.
everything is that. And so if you have any resistance to that is that, including you as you are, that's what's holding you back.
Mhm.
So just I used to say, this is it too. You know what I mean? Like I'd have
Mhm.
some feeling come up or something, and I'd say, "This is it too." Oh, and this love for self would come in. The self, the big S, would come for the little s, and just claim it and say, "It's okay. This is it too." These are just confused states of consciousness. This is it too.
Mm.
This is it too. This is it too. Because remember, there's only one thing happening, and there's not two things happening. So everything you're feeling, thinking, and sensing is it too, even
Mhm.
if confused it. So this is it too. All right. So then when it comes to other people, guess what? It's just a reflection of, in this case, I don't always say this, like everybody's a reflection of you, because that just puts one in a tailspin.
Mm.
But in terms of being annoyed or not being able to handle it, it's because you're cooking inside. You need to cook. Because all that's false wants to fall away. All that's
Mm.
false fall away. So whenever you sense the Maya in someone else, you just can't handle it and stand it. It's nothing to do with them.
Right.
I know you know this. It's about you. You can't handle and stand the fact that there's still a false sense of self within yourself.
Mm.
So, but it's not just you that can't stand it. It's that. It's that wants all of you to know that it's that, including the false sense.
Mm.
That is just conditioning. That's just confusion. That's personality. All that will get healed and straightened out through the permutation of reality.
Mm.
But there has to be an allowance for it, and to know this is it too. And that knows it starts to saturate and fill up your whole being and life. And so then when you see people confused and whatever, you have complete understanding, and you might like certain parts of them and be able to be around them, and other things you might say, no, I can't, I don't want to be around that, and that's your prerogative. Does that make
Mm.
sense?
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense.